Hey folks,
Alright,
this is Untrusted Life here, and we are playing Thrive. It's been a while since I touched Thrive. I used to be one of the main devs in like the 0.4 blah releases, but recently, so I'm just gonna be totally honest with you YouTube people. Dangerously Funny, who's a person with 1.3 million subscribers on YouTube, just played Thrive, and I want some of those sweet views. So,
Hi,
professional
I'm
YouTuber, and also I'm here with a friend, Rose
I'm
Valentine.
just a random person here. I don't.
Yeah, it's just a random person. I don't know this person at all. I'm
No, I've never had a hand in development. You know what I mean? I've seen this game at like an early stage, and it looked a lot different. I'll tell you that.
All right. Look at this glorious intro cutscreen of a blob moving across a vent.
It's more than a blob.
A prokaryotic organism, indeed. The bacteria, or protobacteria, or we're just gonna call them a bacteria. I'm not gonna show tutorials. Fuck those. Begin thriving.
Yeah, okay. So how familiar are you with the newer, all the updates and stuff?
I literally committed code to this release.
Okay. I get that. No, I get that. I just meant I haven't played it since like how long ago? Like when you were an active developer, I would play test it for you. And like I tried to play all this new stuff and I'm just like, what is all this? It's all new. Like now there's patches.
Yeah, there's patches and there's a patch report, and we even get graphs of things going extinct and stuff. So, my species, the Primum thrivium, I'm right here. I just split off about 100 million years. Each session is 100 million years. There's another species now called Primum obedensis, which has evolved from me, and as we play, like over multiple auto evo generations, like you'll see this graph change. It'll be like whoosh, 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 whoosh. It'll be all triangle-y. It'll be like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Okay, so did you just did you just click on the button
All right,
to like look at this?
so here's what happened. I found some ammonia and phosphate, and I sucked it all up because I'm a little cell. I didn't need very much, and then
okay.
when you have enough. Sorry for interrupting.
You already evolved. You were just so quick, right? This game about evolving. You just evolved so fast. Okay.
Yeah. I actually did a speed run of this game once. I might pop it on
God.
screen at this very moment in editing. Or not.
God.
But anyway, all right. So we have auto evo results. Primum thrivium, population patches, Pangonian vents. Isn't that a great name for a vent? 170, previous 100. And external effects, I changed by 70 because of player reproduced. Grammar. All right. So here's the patches, and then here's the patch we're currently in. Pangonian vents.
So, from what I understand, like the characteristics of each of these patches changes over time.
Indeed. Well, I mean, it doesn't change very much right now, except for like new species popping up and glucose being reduced.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. Like it was like this. Like each turn, it'll start saying like this percentage changed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and later on we plan to. I say we, but I'm not really as active as I used to be. But I'm still. I'm still a developer of Thrive, people, and I'm all up informed and writing code sometimes when things annoy me. Only when things annoy me, really. All
right.
So the plan is basically so that over time all the stuff will change, and also right now Auto Evo is actually impacted by these as well. So like the species that are in the patch with me will evolve to like monopolize certain resources.
So what's your plan with like where you're gonna be at? Are you gonna stay down here? Are you gonna move around?
So I kind of want to go to the cave, and become iron and become a lithotrope basically.
Okay.
An auto chemolithotrope who eats iron for ATP using rustocyanin, and I'll be the best chemolithotrope in the universe.
Currently, is there any kind of like end game?
All right, so the end game is right now. It's just playing through a certain amount of generations with a certain population.
Okay, there's no point where the game's like you won.
No,
you just kind of play until.
it pops up like you have thrived when you reach a certain like threshold of reproducence and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and species population, but not really. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, we're gonna. I I don't know if I actually. I'm gonna move into the cave as fast as possible. So I'm gonna move to this patch. So now I'm on the Pangonian seafloor. We could go to the abyss, but I'm not gonna do that. Um,
What's wrong with the abyss?
what's wrong with an abyss? What a
It
wondrous
sounds
question.
like a lovely place to be if you're a single cell. I'm just saying.
There's not much
That's where
food
I
down
would
there.
be if I only had one cell.
There's
Oh, never mind.
yeah, there's not much food. There's not much food down there, especially when
Alright,
you're the first species on the planet.
fair enough.
So the way it works usually. Why am I getting into science? My God, this game makes me talk about science. So the way that most of the ecosystem in the abyssopelagic nowadays is actually like fed is through little bits of organic matter that fall down from the top of the ocean, called marine snow.
Oh, and because there's no marine snow right now. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because there's not much in terms of marine snow at the moment. You know, it wouldn't be a good idea. But you know what? Thrive doesn't care about that because we have marine snow anyway, even when there's no life up there. At the moment.
Good. Okay.
But
Um.
and also the other species will spread and reproduce on their own as well. They'll migrate and they'll evolve as well. So we're competing with obidensis right now.
Yeah.
But since no one is going to be in this patch with me, because, you know, first generation, it'll be pretty chill. I'm going to add a... So here's the editor now. Whoa.
I know in the tutorial it says cytoplasm is a good structure to add, and I've never really seen that many people use. You know, I've seen a handful of people play this game, and I've never seen them really spam cytoplasm.
It is because it does glycolysis and also gives you a lot of extra storage.
Okay.
But like...
Oh, I see.
But like, metabolisms give you way more energy.
Yeah, I can already tell from that little chart over there.
Um, so I'm gonna add a little... The tail isn't really necessary. Well, that was a mistake. Undo.
Yeah, yeah, I saw the ATP production just, yeah.
Just dropped like crazy, and also I'm gonna make us very fluid. As much as
What
I
is,
can.
Oh, more mobility. Okay.
Yeah, it gives us mobility for less health, which means I can move faster. And also, I don't know, I'm gonna make us teal colored. And then later on, I might get a double membrane just because they look cool. Or we could be really fancy and get silica. I mean, I kind of can't do silica, calcium carbonate, or chitin, or cellulose with the species that I want to engulf iron with, because as you can see, cannot engulf with those cell walls. So
Okay. Engulfing is just you're just big enough and then do it, right?
yeah, you just sort of
Alright.
press a G, and then you go into engulfing mode. Then you eat stuff, and I'm gonna call it Primum Untrustium. You know, you can actually get that naturally because I coded my name into it for the random generator, so you can get like creatures that randomly evolve names that include my username.
Of course. Of course.
and also like the other developers I added to it too, and they probably added their own afterwards because it's been a while since I was like really heavily involved. So it's been I was like the main gameplay developer for like the 0.4 blah releases, but then after that I kind of stopped. Like I basically we moved engines, and that was mostly me and Hirelinen, and then you know I kind of it started taking over all my other projects, but you know, and it hurt.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, so here.
So okay, this is one thing I was always wondering when I first tried playing this. Like, there's two bars, but the DNA evolve, right? There's the green one and then a purple one, or not a green one, the orange one and a purple one. Sorry, what do those exactly correlate to?
All right,
Is that ammonium and phosphate?
Yes. Ammonia
Oh, okay.
is the orange one, and phosphate is the purple one. And also, here's some of that marine snow we were talking about.
Oh,
I,
that glucose.
I'm too small. I can't eat it. But I can just suck it all up, I guess. Like, I'll just hang around this little piece of matter that came from nowhere. Because there's no life up there. And no one's evolved or society yet. Alright, so here we are. Primum Untrustium. We now have a Pangonian. So what just happened is I got enough resources to hit the button, and I did immediately.
Okay, so now there's 3 species.
Now there's 3 species, and if I was in the other patch, there would be actual lines showing this. But this is the first. This is the.
Are you at the top?
This is the first I'm right here.
Oh. Okay.
There's a Primum Untrustium and Primum Uxinuslium. And Primum Obidensis. And if I was in the vent, here I'll stay in this patch for one more generation just so you can see the lines. But if I were to I might be able to show you just by going into the patch map and then going here. And then looking at the report. So there you go.
Cheaty. Whoa! What happened to the blue line? Just plummeted.
Yeah. So Primum Obidensis went extinct in that patch. We're still there though.
Oh.
This is the vent populations. The reason there's only one part on the graph for the patch that I'm currently in is because this is the first generation that there's been any life here. So we can go back. We can, like, after playing through the game, we can go back and look at all the fun little information if we want to see the past of the patch and see all the populations going extinct and stuff if we want. All right. So what should I evolve this time? Just gonna nuke this right away and die.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that you just could get that right away. What is I'm guessing if you put it on your thing, it would just say the ATP product. ATP is absurd.
Oh yeah, I don't think this can be undone either. So.
Oh.
Yeah, this is an irreversible evolution. So, yeah, if I were to do this, I'd just be dead.
You mean you can't even reverse it in, like, this menu?
I might be able to. Let me try. Oh, I can. Okay. But yeah, as you can see.
Are you undoing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna undo it.
Okay.
Were you worried that I was gonna keep it?
A little bit.
Alright, so we're gonna reduce our rigidity even more. So now we have a much higher mobility, but much smaller health. But that's fine because there's no predators right now. And I'm going to go back here and figure out what to add to us. So I kind of don't want to add a flagella. And I don't want to add Resicina until it's useful. So I'm just going to keep adding metabolisms around my species here. It's very not symmetrical, but which might annoy some people. But anyway. Oh yeah, also there's another fun thing. Like when you open up the help menu, there's a chance it pops up little tips.
Okay, that's interesting.
Here's a tip: prepare before adding a nucleus. So it's a very, very good tip for what we just tried. But you know, that's not actually smart about it. It's just random. But there's also Easter egg tips too. Fun fact: the metabolism was called a polyhedral organelle. Oh man, here's a tip: you can hunt other species to extinction if you aren't careful enough. Other species can do it as well.
I'm gonna say one complaint that I have.
What?
With the UI, with the on the side, unless you're very familiar with the game, like you don't really know what all those things do, and just having them be white outlines is kind of hard. It's kind of hard for readability. I'm gonna say. You know what I mean?
You know that we have like tooltips, right?
Oh yeah. Tooltips are fine. I'm just saying, like, I think you can make I think those could be made more readable, like how they're pink in the cell itself, but then over here they're this white outline.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
That's all I mean.
Also, it's a bad idea to evolve thylakoids when you're at the bottom of the ocean.
Why?
Because there's no light, and
So?
they they photosynthesize, and so if I were to put this, it would be completely useless. It would just be taking up my resources.
What's wrong with that? all right. So, I think that's all you could do.
Indeed, I could make us. No, that's no. We're gonna stay teal. Wait, I'm gonna make us pink, like a magenta.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Confirm. Oh man, look at
There
how cool
we
that
go.
looks. Look at how cool that looks. Is my buddy trying to eat that? No, I'm gonna eat that. No, I guess I can't eat it either. Okay. So the reason there's two of us when we get out of the editor is because you went through mitosis.
Hey, really?
Oh, geez, what are you?
Oh no.
Primum obedansis. Hey, you were extinct in that one patch. Here, I'm gonna kill you
Oh,
all.
you can just. Oh wow.
I can engulf them, yeah, because they're too small. Oh, look at this. Oh, don't want to hit that.
Yeah. What are those exactly?
That's toxin.
Oh.
Yeah, it just took
Like
away.
I ran into it before, but like the mouse doesn't tell you what it is, so it's just negative pink energy.
Negative
The
pink
game
energy.
doesn't tell you anything.
I mean, oxytoxy is not real, so it really is just a magic floating hazard. If we're gonna be completely honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked at that and I was like, I always thought that from the beginning. I was like, that's not a chemical, but okay.
All right, so here's what happened. Everybody died.
What about you?
I'm right here. Oh no, I'm down there still. It's just that
What happened?
Well, let's see what happened. Let's see. So, Purius Anexicilium sent like all of their population. They migrated to the sea. They migrated to the Bathypelagic. Okay. So
Okay.
all of them moved to the Bathypelagic, and there's none of them left in this patch. So that's why they're locally extinct.
Okay.
Primum obedansis. They went back to the Panconian vents from the seafloor because they just didn't like it here, and then so they went extinct to the Pangonian seafloor. And also, we killed a bunch of Primum obedansis, so their population dropped by 60, which possibly contributed to their local extinction. But they also escaped engulfing a couple times, which gave them a bunch more population. And I gained a 94 because player reproduced. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see how the events look in terms of the report this time. All right, so Primum obedansis went from extinct to not totally extinct. So this is over 2 generations here. That kind of neat.
Yeah. So, does the population change go based on events that you perform in the game?
Yes. So, like I said, their population dropped by 60 because we killed a bunch of them.
Okay. So, if you wanted to, what happens if you like waited on evolving to do a bunch?
You could probably drive them all to extinction if you wanted.
Oh wow.
Which is perfectly fine. Like they'll probably evolve spikes in response.
Okay.
And so here's what we got. We got some people in the vents. We got Untrustium, that's us, and Obedansis in the vents. We got Untrustium, Obedansis with a very small population in the vents. I mean, in the seafloor still, which I guess they didn't go locally extinct then. Oh, it was the Anexicilium that went locally extinct. So Obedansis is still around here. And then there's a new species called Primum anapra. Haven't seen them yet because they probably split from me this generation. No, everything is evolving from me, by the way, and then going off to evolve on its own. So the way that I design my cell will impact how all the other species look. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if Primum Inipra had like the same shape as me, because they're like, they came from me, like for the first generation.
Since technically you were like the first cell at the beginning, isn't it like even if you lose, you win?
It sort of, yeah. And next is going to move to the Bathypelagics. Let's move up with them. So here we go. We're in the Bathypelagic now. So what are we going to do this turn? Well, we know that there's competitor species here. So I'm going to finally dabble in the ways of the flagellum. And I'm going to add more metabolisms. Unless you have like a different idea, in which case...
No, I mean that makes a lot of sense. I mean, you can produce a lot, and now you can move fast. You know.
All right.
It's pretty good, I think.
Should we change our species name again? Let's call ourselves Primum Rose Valentinium.
So, does that changing your species name, does that mean like this is different and all your previous stuff is the old name?
I think it actually like goes back and changes their names too.
Okay.
But it'll be fun to see when a species splits from me how they modify this name.
Okay. All right.
All right. So here we are, our wonderful, no defense whatsoever, bright pink, in the middle of the ocean.
It happens.
And maybe we can actually eat, you know, all of this stuff that's falling down from nowhere. Hey!
Whoa.
Hey,
what happened?
Oh. That must have been a Nipra there. So when I engulfed the, you know, floating stuff, I maxed out all my things. So, you know, I could survive here, I guess, just being a scavenger. I guess that'd be an interesting way to play the game. I've never actually played through the game that way. Also a nucleus, even though nothing's evolved a nucleus yet.
I'm gonna say this game looks really good. Yeah, like I said, this game looks amazing since the last time.
Yeah, it's...
You know what I mean?
It's absolutely beautiful, to be honest.
Like, I'm kind of curious how... Is this like a... Oh, there's a little texture line, right? Is that a texture line?
No.
There's like horizontal line above you. Now you don't see it, you're zoomed in too far.
Horizontal line.
See it in the background?
Oh, look at that! I did not notice that. Well, now that I am noticing it, I'm gonna point it out. Maybe I shouldn't point it out. Ignore the obvious horizontal line in the background.
This game is in development. Don't worry about it.
With the seam.
Any problems that are here, you can fix yourself.
I'm gonna share this to the other devs when it's done, and they'll be like, "Oh, thanks."
I didn't mean that. I meant like random viewers. Holy shit! Wow. I didn't mean that.
No.
It was a call to action to the viewers. It's an open source project.
No, I'm joking. It'll be good for the graphics artist to know that that's a thing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let him know.
The only thing I think I would ever like want to change is like, you know, the way that like clouds are right now, like the gas clouds. Like it looks like over time they'll smoothen out, right? But like when you first plow through them, it'll just carve out like these like block shape. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Hey, you could like fix that when you join the team.
When I tried developing, yeah, I could try. I don't think it would be that hard. It's probably would just mean like a normal distribution curve. You know what I mean? So you'd grab a little bit from like blocks outside.
You know how bacteria became a thing? I was just like, I want to add the ability to play as a prokaryote, and I did. Without any prompt.
Prokaryote is the one Which what do you mean?
That's what we are right now. That's what all of this is for. This is a
Okay.
eukaryote down here. We are currently a prokaryote.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
I'm
I just
honestly,
added all of these basically.
before I attempt to like do anything, I just need to learn microbiology, to be honest.
I kind of want to give it. I kind of want to start investing in rusticinin. Um,
um, that make you like that make you able to eat iron.
uh, yeah, I can oxidize iron to get ATP from it.
Okay.
Um, which is how it works actually. Rusticinin is real. No, it is. Like we had a biologist who didn't know rusticinin was a thing, and when they found out it was, they were like, "Oh man, that's so cool that you guys have that."
Nice.
But yeah, no, it's rusticinin is a protein able to use gaseous carbon dioxide and oxygen to oxidize iron from one chemical state to another. The process is called iron respiration releases energy, which the cell can then harvest.
Okay.
Ooh. Although it's actually called
You know
iron
what?
oxidization, but
You know, it'd be a fun thing to add as a feature.
what?
I know one thing. Copper has inherent antibacterial properties or antimicrobe properties. You could figure out a way to make it so like copper is kind of poisonous at this stage.
Oh, so here's a fun thing. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. I actually really like that idea.
Like I
All right.
know. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, you continue. I'll mention
I
afterwards.
was gonna say like it's a thing like ancient societies exploited. Like I don't know how early it was. I want to claim like Rome figured out copper had was a better thing to use, but I don't know if that's accurate or not. I haven't researched that. I do know ancient societies have used copper for. They just didn't know. They didn't know the reason why it worked. They just kind of knew
Uh,
it's good at stopping the miasma or whatever their ideas
do you want to know
about germs were.
what's interesting?
What?
Rusticinin actually has a copper molecule in it.
Really?
It has a copper atom in it. That's where the cyanin part comes from.
Huh.
Yeah, it's part of how it oxidizes iron. Ooh, isn't that fun?
That's fun.
Um,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like it would be like copper would be poisonous in some quantity. I don't think it'd just be like a floating copper atom would be death. You know what I mean?
yeah, our glucose is currently dropping significantly. Um, so what I wanted to say is that last generation I filled up my all my resource reserves by eating all those floating marine snow. I was able to reproduce right away because you maintain half of your compounds when you reproduce, and that was enough for me to actually replicate again. So I don't actually have to do anything
Okay.
to evolve this time. And that's actually a strategy for avoiding patches you don't want to be in, like this one, which has like nothing in it. So, bam! Now we're gonna be in the cave. So we've successfully moved to the cave. Um,
You know
and
what I think is gonna be cool? The idea of like I was thinking about this. Like once you get to later stages, right? Like let's say you had like some sort of science reason for like a civilization to look at, say like a micro. You know what I mean? Like say that you code I don't know pandemic shenanigans, which is probably a dark thing to talk about now. You know what I mean? The distant future. It'd be cool to have like oh, scientist looks through microscope and you see like this stage. It'd be kind of cool.
we died. Um, yeah, that would be really cool. I'm looking for iron. Um,
I don't know. This project just like ever since the beginning when I saw you working on it, like it just gives you ideas. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think it's part of the charm of it. Look at us swimming around in the cave. Um, I've not come across any iron yet. This is very disappointing. Um, wait, was there a bug in this version where iron doesn't spawn in the cave?
Oh no!
Um,
Oh no!
oh darn it.
What happens if you die?
Well, I mean, if I die, I lose population eventually. Once we lose enough population, we go extinct, and then I lose.
Um, it's okay. So this is a thing I was thinking about. So like, yeah, my boyfriend has an aquarium, and like he has a saltwater aquarium. So like a major part of like it is making sure you like he has to measure like uh there's like different types of nitrogens. You know what I mean? I don't know. I was just think it's spitballing ideas right now. Like there's the whole nitrogen cycle. I don't know if that's a thing that
We have a nitrogen fixation in the game.
okay.
Um,
I know
oh shoot,
I
I
know an
might.
aquarium. Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
oh, the iron is actually keeping me alive. Nice. Here, let's get out of this godforsaken bugged hellscape. I feel sorry for whatever species split from me in here. All right, let's go back.
Yeah, I'm looking this up because I don't want to talk out of my ass right now. He's the one that knows about aquarium stuff. So he'll,
Oh, this is so
yeah,
cool.
yeah. If I remember right, yeah, bacteria would take like ammonia and break it down into nitrite, and then that would be broken down by other bacteria into nitrate, and then that would be broken down again to other stuff that's not harmful to fish.
We might
I don't know.
still be able to do my dream of being a little swimmy iron boy. Um,
Oh my god. So, to what extent is turning iron into ATP? To what extent is that like a thing bacteria or single cell organisms actually do?
it's called a chemolithoautotrophy.
Is it
Uh,
like a common thing or is it a rare thing?
it's I mean, I I don't know if I'd classify it as rare because a lot of species can do it.
Okay. All right.
Fuck. I mean, feck. I
Oh no.
I got killed by
Hey, listen.
a roving band of
We're
predatory microbes.
it's we're out in the ocean. It's okay to speak like a sailor sometimes. You know what I mean?
Just start putting the SpongeBob SquarePants like horn noises in place of the swear
Dolphin.
words.
Oh my god. I just saw a video. I just saw a video on like
Oh, look at all this iron. It's like heaven.
yeah. I just saw a video on like the crazy insane like dumb things that like speedrunning SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom has led to with like strategies. So now that's what I'm thinking about right now for some reason.
There's so much little bits of iron around here. Um, I feel like I need more rusticyanine if I want to take full advantage of these. But look at all that. Look at all the little iron bits. There, everywhere.
Nice. You're
Um,
like you got your little compounds. You got like a bunch of iron.
yep, that's because I've been
So
eating blobs of iron.
I thought you should be able to process it in glucose, right? Or not glucose, sorry, ATP.
It's defaulting to using the glucose first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um, which I just found some
Okay,
more
let's.
of.
So this is the thing that I remember looking at in the bottom left corner. There's all these icons, right?
Yep.
Yeah, one of them. What was it like processors or something? I didn't know what it did. Cell processes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I see. So it just tells you, hey, because you got this, you're doing respiration. Because you got this, you can convert iron.
Yep.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's kind of neat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's cool.
I like how like the spin speed varies. I don't know if it means that I'm using. Oh yeah, I am using up a bunch of iron right now. Okay. Um, but yeah, look at it, spinny, spinny, spinny. I don't know if much of these other ones do. Help menu. Here we go. Here's a tip: watch out for larger cells and large bacteria. It's not fun to be digested.
No. No.
Thrive Sound Team lead has made many songs that have not been added to the game yet. You can hear them and watch streams of him composing on his YouTube channel. Oliver Lug.
I will say the GUI is just so nice to look at. It's so clean.
This is only after like years of changing the GUI over and over again. Like,
Yeah.
it used to be pretty crappy looking, to be honest.
I mean, I'm glad you got something that like works good, you know. I will admit,
Ooh.
I'm not sure about the current control setup. So like when you have a mouse, like a physical mouse, it's fine. But when I played on my laptop, it was kind of annoying to position the mouse in order to move. You know what I mean? To position my mouse and then press W.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You can also use ASD and stuff to strafe, which I think makes that control scheme a little bit more useful in this game, because you can put flagella on other, like, depending on where you put your flagella, like, your speed will be from that direction. So if you put flagella on the side, you have to strafe to make use of it.
Okay. Let's see here.
I'm just looking at all the
Did there
reports.
used to be a different control scheme, or was this how it always was, and I just don't remember?
This is how it always was.
Okay.
I'm taking a look at all the reports to see what's... Oba Dances is doing pretty good everywhere, especially in the vents. Look at this. Wait a second. They have 2,714 population in the vents. Look at that. It's ridiculous. So what's...
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Which species split from us here? Did Primum Rose Valentinium? I think that's just us, right?
Oh, by the way, if it seems like I'm complaining a lot, I just like to think of like, what if this could be different, you know?
Primum Nanian.
Anyway.
Looks like somebody else moved to the top here already. I'm looking for the... Oh, the ice shelf has so much iron in it. Look at that. That's our new goal. Hopefully it's not bugged. Alright, so now we're at the surface of the ocean. We're at the epipelagic. So if we wanted to, we could be a plant now. And you can see we actually would make some stuff from photosynthesis here. But I'm not going to do that.
So I read, they eventually plan to have it so like, certain, what's the term for the organelle stuff? The certain structure components, you wouldn't be able to get them right away. Like, I saw one of the potential ideas was like you wouldn't have access to photosynthesis until you get to a place that has light. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even see that on the menu.
Yeah, we actually did a poll of our players to see if they wanted things to be hidden, and overwhelmingly they didn't want them to be fully hidden.
Okay.
But we were having a lot of discussions about this like yesterday.
Okay.
What are you guys? Primum Innis. Are you guys trying to eat me or something? Oh jeez. Oh man, it's a bounty. Consume them all. Man, that was really stupid of them. They're gonna go extinct. Oh, now they're running away. Now they're running away.
Why would they think that's a good idea?
I don't know. They just saw that I was a cell and they're like, food! But then when I started engulfing them, they're like, nope! And now they're all running away from me. Like that one cell that just was like, I'm gonna get out of here. And that gave us enough to reproduce. And
honestly, I think the hide organelle option, I think that should be like, if I were doing that, it'd be like if you choose to do the tutorial, you know what I mean? Then it would just, the tutorial would hide it. You know what I mean?
Primum Innis was like, bam.
Wow.
Minus 840 because of death. Alright, nice. Let's go to the ice shelf now. Oh man, this is exciting. And we're just gonna get more Rusticine in now. We're just gonna rusty it up.
Oh my god.
I say weird words sometimes, don't I?
This sounds like just like some internet nonsense. Like, look at these rusty boys.
I mean, isn't that... this is my style of Let's Plays.
Oh my god.
Oh, look at all the ice everywhere.
Oh wow.
Oh, it didn't do anything to me. I know that... Oh, look at that, there's more of me. They're like, hi.
Does temperature do
Oh, they're
anything
going...
right now?
Oh, they're stealing the iron from me. Okay.
Yeah, does temperature do anything right now?
These jerks stole the iron from me. No, it doesn't. And now,
Okay.
now I'm dying. This is an unfortunate event.
Why are you dying? Oh, no energy. Hey, this is glucose. You can just drift into.
It's not enough to... Oh, here we go. Now we have slightly more. Oh, jeez.
Not enough iron up here?
I'm sure there is. We're just getting unlucky because my buddies just stole the iron from me like just a second ago. But that's fine. Everything's fine. Let's suck up all this glucose here. Let's slurp it all up. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Slurpity slurp. I don't know what I'm doing. It's like 9 p.m. It's like 10 now, probably.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, iron!
I'm pretty tired.
I found some iron.
Finally.
That hasn't been stolen. There we go. Now we're sitting pretty. Do I want to split now, or do I want to find more iron before I split and just fill up my resources so I don't have to fill up my resources next generation? It's like single-celled mothering to like get enough resources that like your next generation can reproduce right away. That's a little bit weird. Alright, here we go. Alright, so looks like there's a bunch of people that are now in this place with me.
That'll happen.
So they followed me. Oh jeez, what? Look at this. I was the only one here a bit ago.
So is there a overall population graph?
No, it's just by patch right now. You can
Okay.
You can look at your population individual patches here as well.
Okay.
You can see what they're doing. So apparently they spread to the tide pool from the epipelagic. So there's a species in the tide pool now. Primum innis is doing a good job, literally everywhere.
It's like is this an intentional feature? Like you're not supposed to know information outside of your biome, or is this like I just didn't get around to that yet kind of thing?
I mean, you can look at populations outside of your biome. For example, I'm looking at tide pool right now.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
You just can't look at an overall. Like here, let's check the report for the epipelagic, which we left a few generations ago. Look at that. Oh, I bet you here the graph is really interesting looking. No, not really. It's just one species completely dominating.
Yeah.
What about here? Oh, there we go. There's a little bit more activity going on there. What about in the abyssopelagic? We got some Primum Nanian, Obidansis, and Anipra there. But yeah, and here, just everybody was like, we're gonna follow you. All right, so we're just gonna get more rust assigned in and hope that
You're committing into the rust now.
I really am. I think over half now of my ATP would come from iron. Um. Anyway, so there we go. I just ate some. Oh, what are you? Primum Innis. Oh, you're the one that's like dominating everywhere. I could see why.
I mean, they're tiny, so you can't eat them for food.
I'm all in with the iron.
Oh, I see, I see.
I've maxed out my iron now.
You can't eat them for food.
I mean, I can, but it won't be as helpful. Unless they also happen to eat iron, in which case you get some of their leftovers when you eat them because they still have some iron in them. Yeah, that works. Innis.
Okay.
Oh, geez, they're congregating on me. That was really dumb of you.
I was gonna say, you're gonna get a bunch, you're gonna evolve, it's gonna make your species look like it can, you know what I mean?
Actually in the next build, oh, we're 1,000 million years in now. By the way, it's been a billion years. Each generation is 100 million. So what was I saying? Oh, so, oh fuck, what was I saying?
I know it's getting late.
Who knows? More iron. Look at that. We actually have a symmetrical shape now, at least. It's just not actually symmetrical.
Close enough.
Oh yeah, we're more than half reliant on iron now. Like
Yeah, you've all in this rusty strategy.
I'm glad they didn't steal that iron from me. So, oh, I know what I was gonna say. In the next build, them chasing after you forever, like being really dumb like that, is actually fixed.
Okay.
I actually fixed that. It was just like one line of AI because it was bugged. And here we go. I think we're doing pretty good.
I just like how the gas effect is just so cool.
Yeah, it is really cool, isn't it?
Oh, then the turbulence. I guess that's not really turbulence, it's just kind of pushing. Okay. Still really cool.
There's a lot of toxins around here. Do I want to fill up my phosphate before I... What generation are we at?
Yeah. Fluid dynamics is hard.
It is. We tried to make it so that the currents also push objects around instead of just the clouds.
Okay.
And we had that for a while, but it just wasn't as obvious as it should have been, and so we removed it.
Okay. Oh, like it just felt like the controls were just not working some of the time.
It just didn't feel good, yeah. So the plan is to implement them again, but to add like particle effects to show you where the strong currents are.
Okay.
Instead of just reliant on seeing how clouds and items are moving.
Yeah.
Oh man, so many toxins. Let's thread the needle. All right. I don't know what generation.
I know that just the physics of how water works is like at smaller scales it behaves a lot differently. You know what I mean? Like okay, so you imagine like a human doing like a front crawl, right?
Right.
And they're moving forward, right? Now imagine you just took a shrink ray and you pointed at the human and you just kept shrinking them until they were microscopic and they're just still doing that same front crawl, right?
Right.
They would start moving backwards at a certain point. Like that action would result in like the water physics pushing them in the opposite direction. Like water physics is confusing, and it's based on scale, and it's just a mess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the physics equations that describe it are just very hard to solve. You know what I mean?
Yes. All right, so we've been recording for almost an hour now,
Oh shit. It's
and
been like a while since you and I have just really sat down and talked.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
part of it.
yeah. It's kind of nice, and also it's kind of
I
nice to
like,
do it with the backdrop of a game.
oh yeah, and I like that, like it's chill, we got something to talk about. We should do this more often.
Hey, why not?
Why not? That's a good thing to say.
I'm gonna have to remember to edit this to add the speed run to that one part.
You know how many videos I've watched where they say I'm gonna edit this and then they just don't. It's fine, don't worry about it. Just don't even, and then just wait to see if anybody would even ask for it.
I
You know
think,
what I mean?
yeah, I think we're
There's
on.
probably somebody asked in the comments. You could just give them a speed run then.
We're on generation 12 now. I
I
don't.
could try to come up with a goddamn speed run. I don't think the routes have been optimized. I'm pretty sure I can get a pretty easy world record right here.
You you probably can. I mean, so right now, like at least as of like version like 0.4.0, here's how you do the speedrun world record. You just stay as one hex the entire time and reduce your fluidity
Oh my
to get
god.
as fast as possible, and then you just eat phosphate and ammonia.
I feel like you're gonna this project's gonna hit a point where like, okay, we're done adding features, now it's just balance.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I kind of want to
I
do
mean,
some.
as far as this stage. Yeah, what you're saying?
I'm thinking it'd be kind of crazy to add a nucleus now. And I think I might
Um,
actually, yeah, I could actually support it. Are we,
oh my god.
are we gonna go for this weird oblong
I noticed that's one of
monstrosity?
the I noticed that's one of the issues is like you kind of build your cell one way, and then okay, time to add nucleus. Now it's off to one side. But then again, like you see like microscope, you see images of nucleus and they aren't like dead center all the time.
I think I'm gonna confirm and hope we don't, lose. All right, so moving reduces my ATP now. See that? Instead of it
Okay.
staying constant, and also my resources are gone.
All right. You know what? I think you just killed yourself.
I have hope. I have hope. There's a little piece of iron over here. Oh wait, no,
Where?
there isn't. It's already dissolved. There's a little piece of iron. Rip. All right. So now.
Oh no, you're in a death loop, aren't you?
So now. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. We have to go right for the iron. Right, come on, little slow cell. Move towards the iron. All right. There we go. So far, so we're not dead.
Nice.
All
So
right.
does the nucleus placement actually matter?
I mean, it'll affect how all your ancestors look. Like all their nucleuses will be in this weird spot now.
I mean, like, if does combat work? Like, if you get stabbed where your nucleus is, that does more damage or anything like that?
No, but you get more health from being a eukaryotic organism, and now I can add like all the cool organelles.
Okay. Eukaryotic, you mean like has a nucleus, right?
Yep. Has a nucleus
Okay.
and membrane-bound organelles.
Like I said, I need to research my microbiology for this.
So I'm basically Pac-Man now. I just have to eat the iron.
Eat the little dots.
Yeah, eat the little dots. And then if a little prokaryotic organism gets in my way, I'll just eat them.
remember, okay, so this is a strategy I did very early on. I don't think it would work anymore. Like, remember I made this absurdly giant, uh, cell that was in the shape of a C?
Yeah.
Wasn't that, didn't they have, like, emitters back then? Like, it wasn't like how it is now, where gas is just in clouds like this?
Yeah, it was emitters back then, so you would have to collect the little bits. Um, nowadays that strategy would still work for gathering the, the things like the floating iron bits and stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but because you don't actually have colliders, in places where you didn't place things in the editor, so you could still have your C shape. It just wouldn't look like a C shape.
Okay. I'm just gonna tell for the audience. I'm gonna tell a story what the strategy was, because this was some fun broken strats. I love finding broken strats. So I made this like box-looking C shape cell, and like you said, this was back when resources were distributed by emitters. So there'd be like an object, like a physics object, like the iron, and it would just spew iron particles. And then when you collide with an iron particle, it would give it to you. So anyway, so I made this C shape. I put some flagella behind it, and I just like plowed, just straight line, just went in a direction. I caught every emitter, and it would just exist inside of the like C pocket. And then I just had basically infinite resources.
So I'm gonna try
Yeah,
something. I'm gonna
it
see
was
if I
that, but bigger,
yeah
way bigger.
I'm gonna see if I can get a piece of iron here, and since the irons emit clouds now, it would still work.
Okay.
Um, I just have to know where to do it.
I just saw an iron over there.
So I think it would be right in that little bit there.
Yeah, at the top right now.
Where is the iron that you saw?
How does the collision detection work? Is it based on your
It's placed on.
goopy?
Yes, it's based on where you place things in the edit. No, this guy's trying to steal the iron from me. Oh yeah. Screw you. I took it. I had to eat it so that he wouldn't get it from me. Oh, am I really gonna race this guy towards all the iron now? No, bad. No. Um, wait.
Go off.
I could. He's going towards that one now. So now I'm actually competing with other Pac-Mans. No. Mine. Interspecies competition. Oh man. This is gameplay. I wanted to do the thing that you described, but I sort of got derailed.
What's over there? Is that a bunch of iron?
Looks like a cell died there.
Oh.
So it
Okay. Yeah, now the closer. Yeah, now I see.
So it's all its guts. All right, so look at this. See? Look at that. So I'm holding that inside me.
Yeah.
So I could do that with iron if I wanted to. So that strategy would still work, sort of. It just wouldn't work as well.
Yeah, it didn't look like it would be an effective strategy.
But
Not as effective as it used to be. Like I remember like the game was like so early in alpha, so like there was no point in the game where it would tell you congrats, you've thrived, right? So I would just grab a bunch of emitters for all the types of emitters, and I just sit there and I just be like, I beat the game.
yeah, you can't do that now. You know what you could also do? You could encase the emitter inside your cell by reproducing right next to it. I remember that was something you could do. All right, so now I have this piece of iron inside of me, but as you can see, it's not really helping me much because my iron's dropping.
Yeah.
But I can get something into my mouth, my little cell mouth that I have now, and then hit the engulf button after it's secured, which would let me like steal the iron away from my competitors.
I gotta see how that like the graphical like, you know, you got that cell wall that's graphical, right?
Yep.
I gotta see how that's coded because it'd be more intuitive sense to have that be the boundary of the cell.
So the way it works is we're using a shrink wrapping algorithm.
Okay.
And those algorithms aren't good for creating the kind of shapes that you're talking about.
Like collision detection boundaries.
Like the collision detection boundaries work right now. Like you
Okay.
can see what I can do here, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean. I meant like I
But
feel like that looks kind of. I don't know if that's intended behavior or not.
the
You know what I mean? Having it encapsulate like that.
it's one of those happy bugs that it's like we're okay with this. But
Okay.
but like the algorithm we're using, the shrink wrapping algorithm. Oh, ouch! I just swam directly into ice, into a pick of ice there.
I like the sound effect. Like, oh, you get feedback. It's
Uh,
like I said, when you see a game from like an early alpha state, and then like, well, there's like pretty obvious feature in most other games. It's like, wow, that's awesome.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Game development takes time.
yeah, for sure. All right, I bet you this is now the most populated patch. Look at this. Species present, all of those.
This one has the most iron, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I think it does anyway.
I'm kind of curious how long until like just iron is just like how long until you've eaten all the iron, you know?
Uh, it, right now it doesn't drop when you eat a bunch of iron,
Okay.
but later on it will.
I don't think it'd be that hard to like calculate that, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I like my little mandibles.
Like at World Gen, figure out how much of the what do you call the resources in this game? Compounds? Yeah, calculate how much of the compounds are spawned, and then like right, you got number of cells, how much that they tend to on average consume, right? And then use that to modify the amount.
Uh, it shouldn't be too hard. We already are calculating that stuff in the background for like the amount like species are using for auto evo.
Yeah.
Like I haven't really
Okay.
encountered any other species that have been in this patch for a while, except for my own. But this, I kind of love this to be honest.
It's so silly. Oh, oh, you're eating it. Okay.
Yeah, like
Uh,
it's like a bag. You can like, so I can stop my enemy from taking this from me by getting it inside myself. See, um, which is effective. Um,
yeah.
but
I'm kind of. Yeah. Go ahead.
so the algorithm we use is a shrink wrapping algorithm, and those algorithms aren't good for creating the concave shapes that you're asking for.
Well, the collision, but I know by definition it would be a convex shape, right? I'm just
Yeah.
saying like this unint. I again, you know, I'm implying intention right now. Oh, it's unintention, right? Unintentional, right? I don't know, but it seems like it's like an unintentional feature. If you just say, okay, the cell's collision box by def has to be convex, then you don't have this problem. I think I realize you could probably do this. Uh, you can probably do this with like uh, an animal cell that's a predator. You can turn it into a giant sea and then just easily engulf stuff.
the
You know what I mean?
the plan is to make it so that is to like change this to add a special cell mouth structure you add that changes like the color where your mouth is, so you can like see like your paramecium style mouth there, because parameciums
Okay.
have cell mouths. That's what they're called. Um,
Okay, that's how they actually work.
yeah,
Oh, so then basically I'd be doing like a hacky thing to try to get an actual feature that you have planned. Okay, I get that now.
yeah. And so what I'm doing right now is actually like something that happens in real life. Like cells will evolve, like basically these sort of mouthy structures
All right.
that are.
Okay. So what used to be, for me at least, what used to be a hack, I can't figure out any way to make it work under the new system. Well, new to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although, yeah, you could discuss this stuff with the other developers when you join. Um, I don't know how many generations we've played through. It looks like
I
we're on
know.
generation 16 now.
Okay. I know when I'm first just gonna do some bug fixes. You know what I mean?
Yep, that seems like a good idea. What is?
I know like usually like you don't want to just start like, oh, I'm gonna do creative control type shit. You know, you don't want to do that right away. You don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do I want to add a
You know what I'm
vacuole?
saying?
I'm gonna add a
I
vacuole.
don't. What do vacuoles do? I forgot.
They give me more storage,
Oh, okay.
so I can store more iron. And I put it at the end of
Nice.
my mouth, just for aesthetic reasons.
Because then they look like eyeballs.
Rip.
Whoa!
It was
You
inevitable.
missed that. I wasn't paying attention to your meters. How'd you die?
I couldn't get to any resources, so I hit the suicide button.
Oh.
Um, and now we're in a place with no iron. Well, we must swim to find iron. I think it's 20 generations now to win. Wait, is it mentioned here? 20 generations with at least 300 population. Yeah.
Like 20 generations in a row of 300 population?
No, just 20 generations, and you happen to
Oh,
have
okay.
300 at the time. And then
Oh, I see.
if you play for 20 generations and you're not at 300 and you get to 300, then you'll also win.
Okay.
Um,
Alright, makes sense.
So it told me it was trying to teach me about amoeba legs. A second ago, the amoeba hunts and catches its prey with legs made of cytoplasm called pseudopods. Look at that.
Okay.
I really like the Didinium is a ciliate that hunts paramecium. I just like these fun facts. It's fun.
It is fun. I saw, so this is the thing I was thinking about. I saw a video of, somebody speedrunning Spore, right? And like, okay, the animal stage, or not the animal, he did an animal cell. The cell stage, it, I haven't played the game to be honest.
You can only be an
But it looks
animal
like,
in Thrive.
oh, are you in Spore? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean in
It looks like
Spore. Sorry, in
it looked
Thrive you
like
can
there
be a
was
plant. Sorry.
it looked like in Spore like there was some kind of lunge maneuver.
I think that was like the strike.
Okay.
And also their cells had googly eyes.
Yeah, they looked like not being single cell.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
in our case it's realistic. We're actually a single-celled organism with a nucleus, and we can be plants or animals, or a combination if we want.
That's what like makes this so interesting to me is like, you know what I mean? I'm not interested in Spore to be honest. Googly eyed. I think it's interesting like the story of this game comes from like fans not liking Spore.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that was a driving force in me joining for sure.
Yeah, to be honest, that's the reason why I didn't join right away because I was like, I didn't, you know, Spore didn't mean anything to me. I never got to see it as like a disappointing thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, I ran out of iron and now I'm dying because I'm reliant on iron now. Like the glucose is like how iron used to be for me now.
There's an iron up there.
You see my ATP bar fluctuating?
Uh,
Uh,
ATP is the green, right?
yes.
Oh, you don't have that labeled. It's just like energy.
Yeah, the icon is meant to represent. We use the
Alright.
icon everywhere, so like.
Alright. I'd want to. Okay, probably. You see how on the left meter you have there, you have like 83 out of 85, right?
Yep.
I would just have it say ATP right there, so you know somewhere. Hey, this is ATP.
I just ran into the ice by accident.
What's so health, that's just abstract, like HP, right?
Yeah. It's meant to represent, like, your membrane's integrity.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, it makes sense. You lose your membrane, that's it.
which is why reducing your rigidity reduces your health and stuff. That's how we were thinking about it anyway. Like, we weren't just like, it's a game, so it needs a health bar. We were like, oh, this represents your membrane's, like, integrity.
Mm.
Which is also why when you die, you, oh crap. Alright, there we go.
Oh shit.
I'm entirely iron now.
Cat just spilled the drink.
Oh no. Hour and 10 minutes so far. Maybe I should split this into multiple episodes.
Oh wow. Holy shit, we're being productive, aren't we?
Yeah, is this productive?
Producing that content.
Producing the content to get those views, to ride
I
that
know,
wave of algorithm.
You can release this multiple days. What took us 2 hours to make becomes like 24 hours of somebody watching the first one and then obviously sitting there just waiting for nothing else to happen except the second part.
Yes, that's how much people care about my videos. Oh, look at that. There's some microbes.
If Google could have its way, that's how people would care about the YouTube video.
I found some bacteria, but they're all afraid of me. Which is, you know, perfectly understandable, but... Come on, buddy. Don't... Oh, I can get you. I can get you. Yes! Nom nom. We're an autotroph, but also sometimes we munch on people.
Oh, God. I don't know if I told you this. So I used to have this friend that I would hang out with a lot. But over time he fell into alcoholism, right?
Yeah, rip.
Yeah, it happens. So okay, every time like something he would did that was like shockingly terrible, right? Like because of alcoholism, would just be like, what the fuck? And then he'd just be like, that'll happen. Yeah, that'll happen.
I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna add an extra flagella. So now we have a flagella, and then let's be fun. Let's add like a mouth spike.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm making now.
What is this? Okay, so first we were just eating bacteria. Well, I guess to be fair, we're not eating bacteria. First we were just eating iron. To be fair, that strategy is not working so well anymore, huh?
I mean it is working, but like it's just that iron is a resource that isn't everywhere, and sometimes there's cells to eat too.
Okay.
This is not how. This is probably not what would happen in the wild. Because I don't even need glucose to survive now. I can just use the racicyanin. But also it slows me down and stuff, and I wanted to get to the generations faster so I can win.
Okay.
And so far, adding the extra flagella seems to be paying off. It might look like we're still being slow, but okay, now the iron is becoming a problem.
So how? Again, I need to learn microbiology. How realistic is having more than one flagella?
It's. I mean, some species do. They're called dinoflagellates.
Okay.